Welcome back, everybody, to the 2022 NXL World Cup here at Kissimmee, Florida, outside Orlando. We have a great set coming up for you right now. Colorado Blitz taking on Ruthless Factory. Now, Colorado Blitz, had a little bit of a rough day, so they really want to put it on Ruthless and end this tournament with a big win. Ruthless Factory, similar situation. Unfortunately, kind of having a rough go at this tournament. So Ruthless Factory, 0-3 right now. So is Colorado Blitz. So this one is just for pride to end the tournament on a high. So you can see on your screen now, number 9 for Ruthless Factory, trying to wheel and deal here in the center, work his way through, trying to figure out where the bodies are. Now, Colorado Blitz, on the other hand, you got Oldham. Trying to see who else is over there on the other side. Gray Montalvo making a big move here into the center. He's here, number 12. At the top here, Colorado Blitz doing really good for them. Got to be careful you don't come over the top too much. We have seen a ton of players get caught through that window. As we're working through the next set of games right now. Also in this set, we're going to have amazing semi-pro teams who are definitely trying to work through getting it on to the next round. Arsenal and Manawatu Titans. So Oldham here calling out, number 2 there. He's calling out, letting his team know where everybody's at. And this is that consummate battle we keep seeing going down. So Frazier here in the wedge on the snake side. Player in the center looking at him. So things have slowed down, and we expect to see this. On Saturday, we expect to see a little bit of a slower game. Teams figuring out the field a little more. Shots may be a little different. Ref going in, just slowly checking Oldham to see if there's a hit. Don't see one. It was just some hopper spray. So player's clean. So Frazier going up. Unfortunately, he's going to miss the shot. Didn't realize it was coming through, and a big bite from Chihin there, getting 2 bodies, so great job running through and getting both bodies. Chamber is going to run in and hit the buzzer. So great job by Chamber, CJ Chamber there, former professional player. And if you've watched all the action so far, some of these names probably sound very familiar, as there has been a ton of former pro players down here in semi-pro. So great job there by the boys from Colorado Blitz to close that one out against Ruthless Factory. Ruthless Factory, fairly new semi-pro team. Name Ruthless, obviously been around paintball for a long time. But here with the semi-pro team, the factory team for them, trying to make a little bit of a name for themselves. Always have a little bit of a merging, kind of like blending they have to do for these first years. So definitely a building year. So Manawatu Titans on your screen now, going up against Arsenal. Manawatu Titans looked phenomenal this morning. Arsenal I believe had a tough loss though. As we're jumping into this match, 15-minute matches here. Ticking down. So Manawatu Titans went 6-0 against Blitz, or 6-1 against Blitz. So we do have a 5-point mercy rule in semi-pro. Definitely, as I'm getting so Ryan Gray coming over, saying hi. They just played the match. Notorious just played the match against Distortion. Commentating with me this morning. So looking forward to trying to see if I can get Christ in the booth with me, coach of the Padres. As we're going into this set, big move here by Manawatu Titans, going through and getting a player from Arsenal. So Christ's going to hop in the booth with me right now after that amazing match they just had.
Oh, baby. Hello, world.
So great match you guys just had.
It was a grinder, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You know, we after all of the delay that I caused, sorry, webcast world, in the match before, you know, it's one of those situations where you can finally find some clarity in the pit and settle things down and get back to doing what we do. You know, we really largely went out there and ran our base play. It worked out. Guys looked over each other, and that's been the name of the game on this field the entire time. You know, guys in the center got to kind of play together.
Absolutely.
These guys will come running through the field, and you don't know what's going on. Like right here is a perfect example. You got a guy over here. We call it the echo, that little mini W situation looking on the inside. A lot of teams use that for the outside, but if you have two guys in the center, that guy can protect the guy over here in the wedge on the snake side, and that was our bread and butter for sure.
Gotcha. Yeah, and we've seen a ton of this too. Teams attacking that center, getting in that center structure, going back and forth, trying to find a shot through the window. But sometimes it's been a risk reward. Some guys come over the top and get clapped up from that bounce shot on the inside.
There it comes, you know. And that's the so that's the thing. If you look, you know, the guy from the inside is looking over him, but in that position you can't see him as well. So that's a good trade, I think, right there by the Titans. That's for sure.
Yeah, Titans, great match this morning, putting a 6-1 win upon Colorado Blitz.
It's, either you have this field figured out or you don't. It's kind of the situation. You know, we practice with the Arsenal guys. They look really good in practice, and I think, you know, they're one of the teams I think has some really sparks of brilliance out here as well. Here's what happens, though. Look at this guy streaking down the Dorito side. Nobody has any idea.
Wow. And it looks like Doyle's going to get pieced up in the side of the head as he tried to make something happen. Unfortunately, Manawatu Titans player, number 5 here, go ahead and making his way down, hitting the buzzer. Now, Manawatu Titans, they did win the California event, but a little bit of a different roster. They did bring in some NXL European players.
They did, yeah. I think Harrison played with them in that other event.
Yep, he did.
Harrison's a great player, so definitely when you lose a player of that stature from your roster, and especially he played every point, that sort of thing. Also, he's got a good mind for paintball, so I'm sure he was in there helping them out in the pits as well. For them to have replaced somebody, to replace somebody like that that's kind of tough, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of those players, I mean, obviously their pro teams weren't able to make the trip over here.
Yeah.
And if you look at the pro side of things, we do have a little bit of amalgamation of teams. And it's nice to see the Manawatu Titans out here. It really makes it a true World Cup because you have all these different teams in every division. So Ruthless Factory here, newcomers to semi-pro bracket on the screen right now on the breakout, trying to push into that wedge in the snake side, which we've seen a ton so far. That seems to be the go-to play for a lot of teams. They do get a kill.
Off the break, yeah. Great shots off the break here. Anybody trying to go wide, when there's somebody gunning up to that middle structure, Ruthless loses another one, right? So we get about a 4-on-3 situation here. Anytime somebody's running up the field gunning, especially on that side, it's almost a free kill at that point.
And losing CJ Shamber for Colorado Blitz is a huge, because he is the most experienced player on that team, and Oldham, who has actually been a rock for them, big gun. So losing both of those players, you're really going to start seeing the effect. Let's see. A good trade out there from Ruthless to get Sheehan out of there as well. So great job.
Ruthless is looking good here.
Yeah, I mean,
smart moves.
They're definitely trying, right? They're definitely trying to put things on. I mean, they did bring in Greg Montalvo.
Yep.
Look at this.
Big guy in the snake.
Yeah, big guy in the snake. Unfortunately, a little too big as he's going to get shot in the back trying to make the move. So
the snake player got caught on Mount Doom. That's what we were calling it there. There's a little bit of a bump in the snake you might have noticed from the webcast. NXL's out here doing the best that they can, and considering that we had the major airport here closed and we still have this event, I mean, it's pretty incredible. But there is in fact a giant mound in the snake.
So we were talking about that, just the grit and griminess of the paintball community to be able to throw this event on and have everybody come out here and still play and make this happen. So thank you, NXL.
Ruthless here has lost the Colorado Blitz player for sure, unless the Dorito player is looking right at him. I can't see him from right here.
Yeah, I don't think they've seen the move into the snake. They have no idea he's there, so they got to be careful. So if you're tuning in and looking, so Colorado Blitz is in their white and blue striped jerseys, where the Ruthless players are in the white and red splatter jerseys. So
it's funny seeing somebody close from the snake here. When we played, especially in Philly, Caesar, who plays for them, he killed us in the snake, and he's a big part of their offense as well.
So white, you can see here. And the snake now is working through. He see Greg Montalvo trying to shoot across and catch that kill. Greg coming from the Latin Saints, before that ML Kings, down here to help out his friends in Ruthless to help win some points.
Florida boys. Here we go.
So
Colorado Blitz coming in here to almost the head of the snake on the other side. He doesn't know he's there. Just a little too early. But he got him. Great. Heads up play that there by White from Colorado Blitz.
So you can hear White yelling all the way across.
Goodness.
Oh, wow. So great job of the Ruthless player to win the heads-up battle on
Hey,
Trio
look at this
side.
here. Ruthless on their side of the field.
Yeah, White has no idea that Ruthless player has made it to their side of the field. Oh, he picks him up now. He knows where he's at. So got to be careful here. So there's a one-on-one. So the Blitz player really just has to protect his buzzer.
Here we go. It's a race. Little foot race.
Little foot race. Oh, no, but no. He definitely hit.
He thought he shot him. My goodness.
Ruthless put a shot in on White before he was able to hit the buzzer. So great read and react move there from the Ruthless player on the Doritos side. Takes out the guy in front of him in a heads-up match, realizes where the snake body is, turns, gets a shot on him as soon as he bolts for the buzzer, and then is able to hang the flag. That is a very smart play right there.
On a field like this where there's so many blind shots, just being able to keep your composure, actually and not shoot your gun. I think that's where the big mistake was there, that if the snake player never shoots at him, I don't think the Ruthless player had any idea exactly where he was. So then you could just sit and protect the buzzer. I'm not quite sure. That's my fault. Who's winning this match right now?
So it's tied up now.
Okay, now so even more reason to protect the buzzer, right?
Yep.
So if you know what's going on in the match, you're in the snake here. That guy doesn't see you. Good time to just look at all the open space that player has to run through, so you can protect that buzzer instead of shooting your gun, giving away your position, and now you're kind of in a gunfight.
Yeah. So Manawatu Titans here. 1-0 against Arsenal. 12 minutes left to go. Titans looking good today.
Yeah,
let's see if they can continue that run against Arsenal. Arsenal's been a staple team here in semi-pro.
A couple years now. John Atkins does a great job with that group. He really does.
Now let's see here. Very similar breakout. Arsenal does have a little better positioning right now. Doyle up in that wedge on the snake side. He is going to be backed up right next to him though by a player launching all the way up into the wall. Number
Kenny
31.
Frank up into that wall. Yep.
There we go.
Right here, it does look like they do have better field positions, but I'm pretty sure that guy with that little wedge is waiting for that guy to come to their side. So that's probably by design.
We've seen the first pod throw of the day. Someone threw a pod at the center, trying to bait somebody in there. But
it's almost like it serves two purposes. Either it works and you bait somebody in there, and you also got an ammo drop for later.
Yeah. So this is the battle that's been happening. These players at the center and this stopgap they have at this wedge. Oh, but unfortunately, Arsenal takes too big of a bite. He does take a player with him.
That's a good death right there. That's a great death because that guy helped him. And then look what happens.
Minor penalty thrown on Arsenal on the Dorito side. That is tough. They're still going to have the player in the center.
Kenny saw the penalty, so we've got 3 guys for Arsenal. Looks like I can see 2. So is there 3 guys for the Titans?
I can see 2 right now. Yeah. They do lose their Dorito side player.
Here we go. Here comes Kenny Frank going to come through. Guns are looking the other way. He's going to get, if he realizes it and doesn't shoot his gun, he's going to get at least 2 of these guys. One of his buddies helped him out.
So great job. Great
He has
no
idea. He has no idea. He's right in front of him.
Oh, he does now. So great job.
Quickly.
Arsenal player here, number 29, getting into the snake.
Go hit that buzzer. Time matters.
Yeah, Pasternak here doing a great job getting into the snake.
John Fram over on the side over there. He's another guy for Arsenal that's always alive. Really, came up, actually started the season. I think that he was going to play Division II and wound up, he's a great talent, been playing forever.
Great to see here. And always loved the old school dyed blonde hair, the platinum blonde. I love it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if you're a fan of it as well.
So I go for more of the highlighter yellow situation.
There we go.
Yeah.
So coming back on the field right now, Colorado Blitz. Ruthless Factory. So Colorado Blitz wearing gray jerseys yesterday, switched to their whites today.
Blitz got that swagger, I'll tell you what. I mean, every day, as a team, whether it was Lift, Wolfpack, or Padres, we always try to take pride in how we look, and those guys kill it. It's pretty funny.
So they're going to have, looks like they're going to bring Carrera out for Becky. See if they're going to bring back, so Cheehan's back out there as well.
I'd say look for a solid push up the center from these guys.
Yeah, I mean, both teams right now, nothing to lose. They're both 0-3, so they want to go out on the tournament and win.
Other. Yep. Here we go, trying to get wide.
Yeah, big push out to the corner. Great job, so they're able to get out there.
Here it comes.
Pushing.
So two guys in the wall here.
Oh, and they're going to chop. Yeah, that Ruthless guy definitely got shot in the back. He's tucking that shoulder so hard right now.
Let's not make a mistake and try to go get him here. Big opportunity from the Ruthless player because I don't think that
I don't think they know he's in the wall.
And the door can't see him from there, so he can come through and go to their side into that wedge. No penalty here on that tower.
So Ruthless losing 2 bodies. So 5-on-3 right now, advantage to Colorado Blitz. Colorado Blitz going to make it. So Carrera, big move there. Oh, but is he going to get caught? He does get caught.
So he can turn it and be positive right here if he bunkers and trades with this guy.
Okay. So great job there by Colorado Blitz player to understand the move, recognize the body in front of him, and just happen to have the right gun turned.
Blitz guys are hunting here. This is over.
Yeah, they're just – ooh, but someone catches a –
hot one, huh?
Dang, so Chamber loses the body. Unfortunately, not paying attention to that.
Commentator's curse. I'm sorry.
He said he was hunting, but he got hunted in that situation. So they don't realize there's still a corner player.
Oh, they know now.
Yeah, they definitely know now. So Mousem in the corner there definitely just saved what was looked to be a bad point.
And he's doing a pretty good job here of using the sideline as almost another bunker, turning his body. That's a smart play right there. Two guys, it's kind of hard to gunfight out of both of those bunkers.
So got to be careful because it just went from a 3-on-1 situation to 2-on-1. Oh, and they're going to get him. Okay, so they're going to go ahead and towel it. Sheehan clocking in here up in the center, number 12. Great job.
Good job being present as well and seeing the mistake that the other guys made. Because a lot of times when you see one of the guys walking through the center like they think it's over, everybody else kind of, relaxes themselves, stands up. And it looked like he was on his gun the whole time.
Yeah, loving if you're rocking the all-white there, Colorado Blitz.
I feel bad for their pit crew.
Bold move. Bold move, all white.
Yeah, you got to clean those guys off well.
All right, so.
And Austin Aruda out there.
Aruda, Pasternak, looks like Fram.
Yep, Fram. I'm sure Kenny's out there. Yep, there's Kenny.
And then Doyle as well, so the Arsenal bringing out a team right now.
We got over on the other side there. It looks like all stacked up towards that Dorito side, of course.
Yeah, that's been the big push here, Dorito and center. And so after this point's over, while we're waiting for the next point, I want to get your thoughts on the center push in this field.
Certainly.
So right now, Manawatu Titans.
Look at this. We got near, with the exception of the snake corner, very similar breakout. But if you notice, if you look at the webcast, the guns are so different. That's how you vary it on this field as well. Guys are going to only certain spots, but it's where their guns are that really makes a big difference.
So if Arsenal wins this match in a big differential, they're actually going to take the third spot and potentially in their bracket, but because of the points differential, they may have the wild card. So they need to win this. Manawatu Titans, however, if they win this match, they might seal the deal into the wild card spot.
It's a little bit of a wild ride because there is one other team that sort of still has a positive, point differential. It might be the team that I coach.
Maybe, might be.
So we'll see what happens. It's been some ride.
So out here.
Fram there, getting in the back there, getting information to everybody. He does it so well as an insert player because Fram was a front player, and just having a person with that front player mentality in the back is always, especially in a field like this where there's huge bunkers everywhere, you can get lost. Such an advantage.
The twos have become so important in this game, especially on this layout.
Oh,
we're seeing a lot more pushes and game closes from the twos rather than the ones.
And that's been the story, I think, in semi-pro all year, that the twos are really have been the people dominating all of the games. The ones, don't get me wrong, those guys running, diving, and taking big bites and stuff like that, they're enabling the twos to do that. And again, we curse John Fram, and he's eliminated.
Hey, John, just so you know, not me. It's Christ.
That is every time. I'm sorry.
So
I will tell him.
So when we're talking about ones, twos, there's in paintball, the positions are commonly referred to as a one, which is your front player, which is usually the furthest person. You're usually fastest people.
That's correct.
Your twos are your heavier guns, really protecting those guys, and the threes are your best lane shooters. And as we say that, a 3 Morris from the Titans gets taken out, sitting in the back there in that corner. So great job there.
Titans looking really good, though, kind of hunkered down right now. I mean, it's a 1-1 match, though. Not exactly the time to start hunkering.
Yeah, and I mean, we're starting to see longer points. Remember, this is a 15-minute match. We're down to 8 now, or just under 8, so definitely longer in this situation. But Manawatu Titans here, a lot less to lose if they just win by 1. Arsenal needs to get a big points differential here.
Yeah, they have a spread here. Manawatu Titans up here in the 40 Dorito, so he matches the Arsenal player. So looks like he's eliminated. The Arsenal player wins that battle. That's Austin Aruda, but Kenny Frank dies.
So great move back there.
Is that Doyle?
I believe that was Doyle.
Got some on the top of the loader there.
Yeah, Doyle, be careful, though, on top of that loader.
Well, the thing about it, though, is that he's in the wall. See, so the referee is signaling to all the other referees
rub.
that's rub. That's good.
Yeah, so rub, essentially, if you don't know, rub is where paint from the bunker has rubbed off on the hopper sometimes, or a different part of the body can look like a hit. But Doyle's going to go ahead and close out this. He's going to shoot crossfield, get that corner shot, now just walk it in right now, feeling very confident they're going to take this win against Manawatu Titans. But they have to be careful because Colorado Blitz thought they were very confident against Titans too, and Titans ends up mercy ruling them. So this is not a chance you want to take against a team like the Titans.
You know what's going on here too is hard to sort of watch as a person who holds the clipboard in the pit, because they've burned off over 15 seconds at this point.
Yeah, and, and they're gonna they may want that 15 seconds back towards the end of the day. So now this point is over, I want to ask you from a coaching perspective, how crucial has this center push been for a lot of teams?
Well, it's been everything, as you've been seeing on the webcast, right? So, whether you do it with one guy dedicated going right up into the center structure, or you kind of slow play it, no matter what, you're always going to wind up with one, probably two guys in that center. Some teams will play a game where, the guy who's further up is really the attacker and the other person in the center is like protecting them. We did that a little bit with some success. The other look is that, going to their side of the field is a very viable thing. You see it almost once per match. All of that being said, if you can get a guy into the snake, it's usually a very positive thing. The big thing that eliminates them is the field sometimes with the little mountain they got to climb over, but center play is an absolute must.
So you're going to see here, big breakout here, going all the way deep into snake.
Yep.
Number 22 here,
that's
CBA.
Yep.
Getting in to snake one. Now, this snake has been one of those things where you go wide, you pull a lot of guns, you wait for some bodies to die, and then you sneak into the other team's side and then start getting backs and packs.
What's incredible, too, is that, usually you look at the snake and you want, okay, he made the snake, let's hopefully he goes to their side. On this field in particular, where Caesar is, and I believe he did kill one of them, you've got a shot on the Doritos that they never expect. So the guys running up the Doritos a lot of times, if you have a guy here at the head of the snake in snake one, he's going to get some free kills. I believe that's what just happened with Caesar as well.
Yep, so Ruthless, go ahead and throw the towel on that one to try to save some time. They are going to spot Colorado Blitz a point, though, which that's a tough one in that situation. You lose three guys almost immediately. It's a 5-on-2. I mean, you don't want to give them too much. So
one of the things that we said, and we didn't do very well, was nothing for free. So on this field, if you give things away, my goodness, does it hurt you? And that's the thing, is like you don't want to get, nothing is for free. And if you can kind of keep that mantra, then the better team might win,
So that will put that game right now at 3-1. So Colorado Blitz kind of walking away with that one a little bit. Got to be careful. They're not running away with it yet. They're definitely walking away.
Still, playing comfortable on a team that's on a field that's center heavy, it's just so much easier. Because there are places to hide. That's a very real thing. And when you're playing against the clock as well, the ability to hide is just, a lot of teams in our division, they'll do that. You get it, and a 2-point spread, now you really can, because you don't have a lot of time on the clock.
Yep.
You burn off 2 or 3 minutes, that's a dagger.
Yeah, we've seen that too. A couple of these teams, we've seen it earlier with the newbies. They're very, very good at sitting in their spots and burning time off, right? They play that smart strategic game. It did backfire against them because they needed to win big in that. Unfortunately, that didn't work out for them. But there are teams out here that will get in certain spots. We've seen Chicago Distortion, Dan Sensi getting into that wedge on the snake side.
Shot off the break one time.
Yeah, 13 pods on his back, just rolling his gun. That's all he was doing.
It's interesting also as a coach, like when you look at things like that, that tells you the story. Like the guy that we send up there often, he's got a little bit of a lighter pack because he's going to go and bunker the guy on the other side. Whereas Dan's going up there and almost playing it like a back spot. He's in a takeaway, a lockdown spot. He's not looking necessarily to advance. That's, like I said before, guys are going to similar places doing very different things.
So it looks like we have a little bit of a
field maintenance.
Yeah, little field maintenance as they're blowing up bunkers. So as the temperature keeps dropping and going up, these bunkers do have air inside them. So when you're talking about air, getting cooler and hotter, things expand and contract. So
that's right.
That's what we're doing out there right now. So
it would be great if maybe the segment can run on our webcast, the science of paintball, just like the science of football, right? So there's so much stuff that goes into this. These bunkers holding air. If you look at the different places we play, whether it's Florida, Chicago, Vegas, Pennsylvania, it's just places that the weather's very different.
So from a coaching perspective, looking at this now, you're only down by 1, 6 minutes left, had some longer points. If you're Manawatu Titans, are you sending them, or are you trying to hold off?
I think we play this point and we tell them, like, listen, we value our bodies. And as you see that, somebody coming in to get checked in that corner, that's a high-risk move, just going out to the snake corner on this field, especially against Arsenal. They've been doing a good job. As you see Kenny Frank in that little mini W shooting across. He's shooting for that snake player, trying to keep him out. I think if I'm their coach, I tell them, listen, nothing's for free. We're going to play this point out. If we can take this point, we're in good shape. But after this, we're going to have to start pushing if this doesn't go our way.
Absolutely. So you can see right now, Arsenal
looks very content to sit where they're at right now.
Yeah, number 8 there. He's just sitting there, rolling his gun towards that snake side, trying to shut off that valve between the corner bunker and that brick, the stand-up.
Two guys in the center of the field there, Ryan Cucci and Kenny Frank, smart players that work well together, been playing together for a while, and they're going to play that two-man game up there. That is essential. If you have another guy up there that you can talk to and really work things out, man, it makes it so much easier.
Now, number 8 here for Manawatu Titans, just rolling his gun, not letting off the trigger.
Yep.
He's got to make sure that he shuts down any movement past that outside of the wall on the snake side, because if they let somebody get into snake, it could be a high damaging.
So now what's happened right here, he has a perfect opportunity to launch. The only
he
guy
does.
looking on
Look
the
at
inside is the Dorito corner. All these other guns, there's a seam right there that he cannot be seen. Even Kenny's got his gun up in the air. Here we go. That's a free kill. Here's another one. And he's going to get a third at least.
Oh, so
okay,
he did miss his shot on the third player, so they did. Unfortunately, though, for them, the Titans used the chaos to get into the snake, and they didn't pick him up.
Not a single soul saw him.
So he needs to get on his belly right now and go all the way down. He needs to be crawling all the way down the snake.
That is absolutely the truth right there. It might be so he's on Mount Doom right now. Get out of there. Okay, good. Now we're in a good spot.
He's followed up by another player behind him. So number 51 here. They picked him up now, so they know he's there. So they're calling Dorito 1. They know it's
Tower and Dorito 1 for sure.
So it's a 4-on-2 right now.
And if you're Arsenal, you got to have those guys. We're not blowing the horn. They got to take it.
Yeah, Dorito player just launched, trying to make something happen for Arsenal, but it gets picked up. Yeah, it gets picked up by the center player there. So smart close. Don't shoot your own player in the head. Ooh, that's a tough one, because I'm pretty sure Morris just shot his own guy in the back of the arm. At the same time, he was bunkering that tower.
Hopefully, Morris should be the guy hitting the buzzer from that. Well, so that takes it away right there.
So towel. So 2-2 there. So Manawatu Titans will tie it up with Arsenal. 4 minutes, 21 seconds left to go.
And if you look at what's going on there, if they were to go full send that point to win the point, that would have been disastrous.
Yes.
Because Arsenal sat back a little bit and they were waiting for them to push. When they didn't push, unfortunately, Arsenal ran into some guns, made some decisions that didn't work out. So going back to what you tell them, I think that's exactly what you had to do. I think they did a great job at that point, as a matter of fact.
So from a coaching perspective, what's your opinion on the live stream here, what we're trying to do?
This, for the semi-pro division very specifically, this is the most important upgrade, I'll call it, to paintball that we've had in the last, since the rotor came out.
There we go.
Yeah, because the ability to, let me go backwards. Let me walk back on it a little bit. People are fighting for a pro spot. Now we have the opportunity to scout games, not in the sun. So take a look here. We can get back to that. Both teams pushing the center. Two guys. Somebody cut. It looks like this guy from Ruthless he has the intention to go bunker that guy. I'll bet. He hears the gun. They're going to trade here.
Greg Montalvo trying to get the shot. Oh, does he get the shot on the hopper? Great job.
Give him a little extra love too, just to make sure.
Yeah, just make sure he was hit.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't know if you were hit or you're hit.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're hit.
Gotta make sure you're double out.
The guy right there in the back, he did not think he was hit, and he was incorrect.
Minor penalty there going off on Colorado Blitz.
Now, Greg's got all the guns on him. By all the guns, I think there's only one. These guys should be capitalizing on that, but I think Greg takes care of it himself.
Yeah, good job there by Greg. He's going to go ahead and run this one in real quick. Yep. Ruthless showing that they're not out of this yet.
Right. So, to go back to it, really, we have the ability now to go home, back to whether it's a hotel or a house or whatever, sit together, look at our mistakes, and look at the teams that we're scouting. And, man, it's just something I never want to lose. So, you guys out there in internet land, please, I hope you're enjoying it. If you can put positive comments in the comments, that'd be great. And, again, it gives you another look. Our game here on the semi-pro field is so different than the pro field. We're playing the same sport, but it's a different game.
Yes.
That's for sure. Like we talked about with the twos, over there on the pro field, you see those ones, you see Alex Goldman killing, 5 guys at a time, all that other stuff. Here, it's almost a little different. It's a little slower, and I think part of that is because, the end game for a lot of these teams is to try to get over there. And so it's going to be a little bit slower of a game, but I think it's almost more exciting at this point.
Yeah, I always say that semi-pro is sometimes more exciting because they're fighting for a chance to become a part of the conversation. Right. Pros are fighting for a chance to be the best in the conversation.
One of the players gets shot going right up there, right in the front of his loader.
Great off-the-break shooting from the Titans on that one.
Absolutely. And again, there's the guy signaling that is the fella at that little mini W. And you can see, if you look at on the field right here, Kenny Frank, that's on your screen right now, is shooting the Dorito side. The player for the Manawatu Titans in the same bunker, in his what we would call mirror bunker, is shooting the opposite way. So they're doing two very different jobs from the same bunker.
And right now on your screen, Titans just creeping around, getting up to that wall. He wants to try to essentially shoot this gap right now and see if he can get in. So the move has been getting into this wall and then trying to push onto the other team side of the field to get into that wedge on the snake side.
Absolutely.
Where they can pull. They may not do a lot of damage, but they can pull a lot of attention, which then frees up their other guys to move down the field.
So shooting that player is so key. They just shot a player out of what we would probably call the door on the back line, right? That's the baby. That's our call for it. Shooting that player just frees the guy up at the wall to be able to kind of wrap it a little bit.
All right, so looks like Arsenal is going to towel it. And see, this is what I was talking about. Manawatu Titans, they're coming back. Like they're a team that a lot of people I think slept on going into this because traditionally they've had some pro help, they've had some pro talent.
Yeah.
They come into this event, kind of a true semi-pro roster for the most part. Picked up a couple European, pro members. I think they're pro silver is what they're called in Europe.
I never know what that means. That's a Chris Morrell question. But those guys, you always see the guys that play in Europe as pro silver. I don't like that. They're playing pro. They don't get a silver medal.
Yeah, that's right.
But one of the things here is, it's their pedgree. That's what we're talking about here, right? So Manawatu Titans definitely have the pedigree of a semi-pro team. They know how to win. They've been there before. And hopefully they can continue. Because, the semi-pro division is just growing and growing and growing. And, every year we lose one of the best teams out of the division to go up to the big boys.
So for this year specifically, most semi-pro players we've had in the last couple seasons moving up to pro. Yeah. A lot of teams are saying, especially talking to a lot of pros, they're using this live stream to kind of scout the next up-and-coming talent for them.
The live stream is so important. So I'm hoping some of the fellas that are involved with some of the pro teams get involved as well with this and just sort of backing it up and saying how great it is because, the news travels. And I think the NXL is doing a great job of providing this for us and for them as well, and for the fans at home. Greg
tries to make a big move there through the center, but they picked him up this time and caught him. So good try there by Greg Montalvo.
You can see again that the person in the wedge all the way up the field is looking at the Dorito side.
Using the cracks to try to look through. Old school move. I love it.
It is, yeah. So we talked about the signs of paintball, right? As the day goes on, those cracks get bigger because the bunkers fill up more and more and more with air as the sun gets higher in the sky and it gets warmer out. The refs have such a thankless job to begin with, and then they got to go out there and keep letting air out of the bunkers as well. So, which I'll tell you, when you're standing out there on your feet for hours and hours and hours in the blazing sun, and you open up that, there we go, nice move from the Ruthless guys, but unfortunately wasn't able to take a player out. So yeah, the last thing you want is that hot air coming out of the bunkers blowing on you when you've been standing out there reffing all day.
Yeah, great zone controller by Colorado Blitz, making sure that player that came through did not get any bodies. So
Blitz isn't a defensive formation.
Absolutely.
It's pretty obvious. These two guys in the center are just, you can see them.
Well, they take another player out on the Dorito side, so great job there.
Yeah. Number 12 over here, he's talking. He's giving the kill count with his hands as well to the people behind him, really, so he can't get off his gun.
So Sheehan going ahead and moving up.
Ruthless picking up one of the Dorito players there. So we got a 2-on-3 or 2-on-2 here.
So it looks like a 2-on-3 as Colorado Blitz has 3 bodies.
Okay.
Trying to see how. So Sheehan right here, Sheehan.
So these two Ruthless players really, they're not communicating, and they really need to. This person on the snake side of the field is moving back and forth where he should really just hunker down, and they just a nice cross there.
Absolutely. Let's see here what they can try to pull out. As right now they're just crossed up.
Look at this here. The Colorado Blitz in the snake. That's Caesar.
So Caesar.
Smart player. Been doing it for a long time. Really good. The Ruthless players have no idea. I would hope he doesn't shoot his gun too early.
Now, CBA, he just needs to go all the way down the field. No one knows he's there. No one's picked him up. He just needs to work all the way down the field and get into their snake.
He heard you. Look at that.
Hopefully he didn't hear me.
He certainly did not.
So he's going to wrap this and just shoot the tower, get a free kill there. Great job. He's going to run down this last player. Was not able to turn in time. So great job by CBA, who gets shot by his own teammate there in the process.
Thank you for helping us. Now you can go out and get cleaned up as well.
Yeah, so Sheehan's like, listen, dog, let me stack my kill count.
That's right.
So there's been a couple points where some of these players have made huge moves. So with that, we have again a great sponsorship team here.
Excuse me. Thank you.
So sponsorship group here. So ProShar Paintball, Planet Eclipse, GI Sports, HKArmy.com, LoneWolfPaintball.com as well. Die Paintball, Sup Air, DLX Lux, helping us with this amazing field. We have this awesome red and blue side of the field. They
That's
changed.
so nice.
Yeah, so they did something with this field specifically to match the pro field. So the red side. So as you can see right now, Titans are on the red side of the field, and then Arsenal's on the blue side of the field. So they try to make it easier to essentially try to even things up and look at. We can commentate a little easier too, red, blue. So it's easier for you out there, the audience. One of the things we asked for. Doyle takes one in the hand, though, off the break. So great off the break
John
shooting.
Fram out in the wide open too, and he did not get shot.
Yeah,
but Arsenal losing 3 bodies off the rip. My goodness, we're probably going to see a towel pretty quickly.
Yeah, this needs to be a concession from Arsenal right now to try to save some time. 3 minutes left to go. Arsenal down by 1. They need to concede this point and try to save some time. Yeah, I would have conceded as soon as that third body walked off. I would have conceded the point.
I would have been pretty close to hitting it. Yeah.
So great
Here
job.
we go. Ref coming in to check the guys out in the back center. If that guy's hit, there's a prop up. The Arsenal guys just toweled it. He was not hit, so that was a smart move.
So Colorado Blitz, Ruthless Factory. So 4-2. As we get our lunch delivered, little
There
Jersey
you go.
Mike's
Look at that.
apparently.
Jersey
All
Mike's
right.
all the way in Florida.
A little shout out to Jersey Mike's subs, keeping us fed.
Do they get delivered in like a Camaro? A guy maybe wearing some jeans.
That'd be nice.
No shirt. Yeah.
Gold
Jersey.
chain.
Very
Yeah,
Jersey.
very Jersey.
Yeah.
So again, thank you so much for everyone listening out there. I'm Vince. Let's Talk Paintball. Joined here by Christ, coach of the Padres.
Hello. And that is my real name. It's my last name. First name John. But you know, everybody. I think you guys are rather familiar hearing my voice on the sidelines.
Yeah.
No. It's a little bit of a different look for me. I'm waiting for somebody to start yelling so I can be like, look at that guy over there trying to work it out. It's not happening, though.
We have never heard you use an expletive ever.
Never. I've never cursed. I don't do those sorts of things. I'm a fine young man.
Yeah, we've had to give a parental warning a couple times during some Padre matches. Things get. You know what I love the most is it's so key, and I think one of the things to know the Padres is here is your daddy's home chant.
Yeah.
So give us a little. What's that daddy's home chant? We got 30 seconds. Give us a little breakdown on that. What's that about?
You know, it's one of those things where the guys came up with the name for the team. It started out as a joke. Because it was, we brought this team together. We didn't bring this team together. We actually came over from Wolfpack. But the guys who were the original Padres guys, from what I understand, it was the Padres moniker was a bit of a joke. We're going to be your daddy, and it just stuck, and now it's our thing, and I love it. It's great. It's infectious as well. Yeah, and I love the excitement. I love hearing it every single time you guys are ready to take the field. So it's a good one. Yeah, for this one, we got Ruthless Factory up here taking on Colorado Blitz. Colorado Blitz got to be careful. Ruthless is fighting back. Coming through. It's funny because you see these guys running so hard up the middle of the field, and then everybody just comes to that. They throttle down as soon as they get up to the W structure, and this wedge over here. So what do we got for time here? 4 minutes and 15 seconds. 4-2. Definitely not out of hand. This match is very much still going. So on the red side of the field, as you can see right here, Colorado Blitz. It's Carrera in the back, trying to protect Sheehan there. Look at this here. Ruthless gets a penalty, and then a player gets shot trying to go through to their side. That was crippling. 3-body swing here. Yeah, tough. That's a tough one. Unfortunately, you're trying to make a big move, and then you get players dying behind you. Blitz fills all the way out of the back center into the snake. Another player dropping for Ruthless. Carrera crazy fast. Is he now? Yeah, he speedster. One of the guys that was doing a great job for them in Chicago. But Carrera's going to wave off everybody, let them know, hey, we're good to go. Now, if you're Blitz, you don't hit the buzzer here. No. Unless, I don't know what the standings are. They may need a spread, in which case then you would certainly go hit the buzzer. Blitz is out no matter what. So I wouldn't hit the buzzer here. Yeah, so just burn the time off. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left. They're going to go ahead and towel it. Yeah, like I said, for this match, each team is just fighting for a win to end their tournament on a high. Right now, unfortunately, with how things played out with the brackets, they got the stick a little bit in most of theirs. So it's very interesting because before, I think, let's see, which team was it? One of the teams dropped out. Brawl Brawl dropped out.
Brawl had some flight issues.
Before they did, it was supposed to be round robin, which is such a different tournament. You know, because now you're playing against the whole field instead of playing against your bracket. And it's a big difference. So depending upon the number of teams, they'll split us up into brackets, even brackets, or if there's a number that doesn't divide nicely and play nice with the schedule, they'll
like
do
19.
round robin. Exactly right. I think there's like 3 or 4 different variations of that as well.
There is, exactly. So back in this match right now, Arsenal down 2 points. Manawatu Titans.
Guys. Full send. There you go, John Fram, to their side. You're welcome for that play. We taught you in practice.
But unfortunately, he is going to hit the bunker, so they definitely know he's there now. He is trying to hit a bounce shot, though.
Yeah. There we go. One player.
Got one.
One player.
Is going to get 2, so he's trying to shoot up the small little W here.
So Vince, what you were talking about before, when a player is going to take on a lot of guns, that's what's happening right here.
Absolutely.
You've got everybody's worried about John. So what you want to do is try to go attack from somewhere else. That's what's happening right in front of us with the snake.
So as you can see here, Arsenal, all the bodies past the 40-yard line point here as they're stacking up the center onto Titan side of the field. Ooh, but unfortunately he runs through and gets caught, but they are able to give him a back massage.
Yep, good death though.
Yeah, great job.
John Fram giving him a little more just because they're friends. I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah, he's like, hey, bud.
He's like, hey, listen, the red hair. We'll just give you a little more pain.
Yeah, just give him a little more pain.
Big John Atkins, owner of NR Paintball, hanging the flag. Very nice.
Great job. Yeah, Atkins has been around for a long time.
Great player. You don't want to run where his gun's pointed.
Yep. So when I seen him on the squad, I figured they brought him on as like a big gun in the back for them. And look at him getting up, wheeling and dealing.
That guy, yep, it's fantastic. We bigger guys love to see it.
Yeah, and it's one of those situations where you can be paintball is the ultimate equalizer, right? It doesn't matter how big or small you are. There are small advantages here and there to size, right? Yep. But even tall guys have some drop shots. Small guys, harder to shoot. Yeah. Big guys like Atkins, like Colt Lookout, right? Yep. Huge guns, huge assets, big voices and leaders for their team.
And guys who understand their role and then try to do their best to really perfect that role. And that's John and the Lookout Bros, that's what they do.
So if you're watching this right now, again, thank you so much for tuning in. We have an amazing event out here. You can come in and play some matches. They have throw-together stuff going on. So if you're watching this and think you want to try it, hey, come on out.
Let's do it.
Yeah, NXL always has
blasters are here right now as well.
Yep.
Doing their thing.
So you can come out and try it out if you want to, if you're so hyped watching this amazing action. So Colorado Blitz, Ruthless Factory, 3 minutes, 4 seconds left to go. Colorado Blitz up by 3. They're in a position where they just need to sit.
So it looks like they are aware that that Ruthless is in the snake. Caesar seems to be just parked over here shooting that way. It's unfortunate because making the snake off the break is such a hard thing to do, and Ruthless did it very nicely. He slid sort of into the dead zone, crawled up on his belly. The ability to get in the snake is another thing that really can be a dagger. The only issue here is we got this little mountain, so I would really say you shouldn't be crawling up that way.
So as you can see here, the player in the snake won. There's a cut right there that player is trying to shoot. That's the battle right now going on. So one player has dominance. Oh, but he came off of it. He had dominance and came off of it to reload instead of reloading while his gun was up. So
but somebody else put him in. Now it looks like that guy's changing levels, shooting low, shooting high. That's what you got to do out here. Another player from Blitz coming off. So what do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 bodies for Ruthless. I see 1, 2, I think it's 3 bodies for Blitz. So it looks like Ruthless may have an advantage here.
Yeah, Blitz is just holding. That's all they're doing. They're trying to burn clock off. Under 2 minutes left to go. Ruthless down by 3. It's going to be a tough ask. Now, we have seen very quick points. We've seen a 20-second point happen earlier.
So this snake player's got to recognize the guys that was holding him in is gone, and he's got to go, like we said before, to their side. Right now, we got a good opportunity. The guy in the center is no longer looking at him.
So now he does have a backup. He has someone next to him to help protect him, so they have to go.
He's got the ball. He's got to either – you never want – when you're under 2 minutes, you never want to not shoot your gun and not move forward and not talk, and those 3 things are happening for Ruthless right now.
Yeah, snake player has to go right now.
Yeah.
So he's going to
go.
Oh, he's going to get caught, so he's using the pin to block himself out. He's got to be careful here. Lots of rub off that pin.
Again, the snake player has such an opportunity. What's he doing?
So the player in the pin is – oh, he gets shot. Wow, so
that's a 2-body swing for Ruthless also.
Yeah, that's a great job there by number 9 from Ruthless to get in there and cause some chaos.
1 minute here. Ruthless players, is this a 2-on-1 we're looking at right here? Now it is.
No, it's a 2-on-2. There's still 1 player left alive in the Rio side tower.
Yep, here it comes. Here comes the hammer. Oh, boy, he's looking the wrong way.
Oh, no, Greg Montalvo, mental error there. Oh no, there was a player in the Doritos.
Yeah,
so my bad, Greg. You did a good job there. That was my fault. We got the Doritos side player got lost a little bit. So great job. Now it's a 1-on-1.
There, he shot him in the. Oh boy, he really looked like the Ruthless player shot the Colorado Blitz player.
Yeah, Colorado
in the
Blitz.
lower left, his right leg. I'm looking at it; it's the left. Oh yikes! I hope they go in and check him.
If I'm Colorado Blitz, I'm not hanging this right now.
You should definitely not hang it
because there's a good chance that he's hit. Do not touch that, big dog. 14 seconds left. He's going to let it run down. So even.
There it is. They conceded.
They've conceded with 11 seconds left. So. I mean, they're still going to play the 11 seconds. So that's going to...
You're going to see the old Mighty Ducks situation here, Flying V.
Flying V, yeah. I mean, and that's most of the reason why what you see right there, 11 seconds left to go. No way in this situation that Ruthless, takes this at all. But what they're probably going to see, so they're down, 6-2 at this point, 5-point mercy rule, right. So we're 1 point away from a mercy. What we're probably going to end up seeing is just like you said, Ruthless... Their name, they're going to probably Flying V and try to make somebody hurt.
You're not going to see. You're not going to see packs. You're going to see a bunch of guys out there with either empty packs or no packs just running around.
And they just want to hurt somebody at this point, right? That's kind of like one of those things of paintball. Make them remember us.
Metaphorically. Because we don't come out there to hurt each other, right? Of course. Here he goes. Arsenal with Kenny pulling up off the box. John Fram going all the way up the center of the field, right into the wall structure. Kenny going to go up there and join him. Looks like Kuchi over here holding it down on the snake side from that door. Oh, that's not Kuchi.
So Frank right there on your screen, shooting Dorito side. Doyle moving into the snake, getting into snake one.
Arsenal looking good right now.
Morris getting a heavy check by the ref. Oh, minor penalty pulled. So Titans player not happy right now, thinking that was some sort of like old hit or maybe rub.
They have no idea that they're in the snake.
Yeah, none.
Kenny operating on their side of the field, looking for that dead spot.
Oh, they do now. They know he's there now. They just don't know where he's at.
It's better that they know because it's pulling the guns off the guys that are pushing into their guns.
So
Here
great.
we go. Another snake player joining his buddy up there.
Oh, but he is going to be careful. He's going to take a pod pack hit. Yeah, looked like he got... No, he is hitting the pod pack. Okay.
Luckily, he asked for a check right away.
Uh-oh. Little limping action going on right now. Is that Frank?
That's John Fram.
So Fram
Hopefully
limping.
He's okay.
Never want to see that.
No, and they definitely don't want to see that. 4-4 here with under a minute. Now, it's very interesting, 4-4 under a minute, so you would think, like, hey, guys are going to go out there and do some kind of crazy play or something like that. Well, under a minute, if you take a major penalty, you just gave the other team a swing point. So it's always on the back of your head. And the worst thing that can be said in the pit is don't get a penalty.
Yeah.
Because that's what everybody, hey, guys, don't get a penalty. And the next thing you know, there it is.
So Arsenal, if they score 2 points...
Yahtzee.
So because of the differential that they have, so Manawatu has a 1.75.
Okay.
Arsenal has a 0.
Okay.
So if they score 2 points, they'll take that spot potentially wild card.
They'll just jump over them.
Yep.
My goodness.
But if they win by 1, they don't. So that's tough.
I think this is the last segment of semi-pro, correct?
Yeah, this is the last.
Look at these guys.
Morning.
There's the Mighty Ducks right there, Flying V.
Penalty. But it's over, and Ruthless is still running through, just putting it on people. Ooh, they're going to get a couple extra, too.
Enjoy that.
And a major penalty assessed on Colorado Blitz.
He didn't hear the buzzer. That person wanted a picture from a photographer. That's what just happened.
Yeah,
right there,
I don't know what happened there.
Little camaraderie, though. That's all right. You just shot up a bunch of my guys for no reason.
So definitely a lot of overshooting happening in the last -2 seconds to that point.
It's tough. We paid for all this paint. We're gonna just we want to utilize it.
Yeah. So good job on the old Konstantin Fedorov there from the Ruthless guy. About 4 seconds late on the buzzer going off, but hey,
look good,
feel good.
Exactly. Look good, feel good, play good. Those are important. You can tell the teams that follow that mantra as well.
So much closer match here. Tied up 4-4, 53 seconds left to go. So trying to figure out. So a major penalty was thrown.
I wish the camera was on the ref's face right now. Even though he's wearing a mask, you can tell he's over it.
He's so disheveled. He's like,
oh,
Jesus,
God.
That's okay. So 53 seconds left to go. Arsenal, Manawatu Titans. Now there There is no overtime. There are ties. So right now, Arsenal needs to score 2 points quickly in order to leapfrog Manawatu Titans.
They've got one kill one in favor of Arsenal, kill 2 in favor of Arsenal. Arsenal fills the snake here. Big John
Arsenal
Atkins
loses a body, though, up the center.
Big John Atkins operating through the window of the W structure.
So got to be
35 seconds.
35 seconds, 34. Time is ticking down right now. They need to
Arsenal's going to get this point.
They do get another kill. Now, can they stop this
Big
player?
John gets shot, but he traded at the end. Great job. Look at him charging down the field.
So this is what they need to do. So there's potentially okay. Oof.
Hey, listen, I might be a little biased because they're kind of local and I'm a good friend of his, but that you owe that to Big John Atkins right there, going up into the center, trading with the guy that need to be traded with. Great job. Their guys reacting off of it. Well done.
So definitely a situation right now. 20 seconds left to go. They just went. So Arsenal just went up by 1.
That's for sure.
So if they run down, and how we're lining this up here, if you're just now tuning in, so the semi-pro is broken into 3 different brackets, 18 teams, 6 teams per bracket. How it's going to break down for Sunday is the top 2 teams in every bracket go in, plus 2 wild card from anywhere in the division based on points differential. So who is positive points, who has the most positive points, or won by the largest.
All the players refer to it as math.
So all the math.
It's the math, right? And nobody wants to do math, especially not on the weekend.
So Manawatu Titans and Arsenal are in the same bracket. Manawatu Titans is sitting in that 3rd place spot right now by 1.75 points. Arsenal has an even 0. So if Arsenal scores 1 more point, they will actually leapfrog Manawatu Titans, take that 3rd place spot, and potentially the wild card spot going into Sunday.
Goodness. It's one of those situations where, to be perfectly frank, a 1.75 is a good margin. That's a good margin to have, and you usually feel kind of safe. That now you're playing a team like Manawatu Titans, who's got, again, like we talked about earlier, that pedigree of playing in pressure situations and winning tournaments. That's where all of that experience comes into play here.
So also in that bracket as well, we have Killers, PB Fit, Manawatu Titans sitting in 3rd, Arsenal, Colorado Blitz, Ruthless Factory. So Colorado Blitz will take the win over Ruthless Factory in the end. No matter what, both teams will be going home, Colorado Blitz and the Ruthless Factory. So
some bruises, bruised egos, bruised bodies.
Yep.
Here we go here. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen here because, like you said, there is no overtime and there's 20 seconds, and the tie hurts one team more than it hurts the other. So Arsenal's going to send it.
Arsenal needs this point right now. They're coming all the way down.
Yep.
So they're going to try
to
get
as you look at it, Arsenal is in a defensive position. There's a smart play here.
So it definitely needs to happen. So less than 20 seconds left to go. Time ticking down. 8, 7 should be. That is it. Ooh. So, ref had the flag in his hand like he was going to throw it. Decided not to. So.
It was going to be a yellow, though, so I don't think it wouldn't have any effect on the situation going on there.
So Arsenal is going to take the win there. So this set will be over. So I believe that will do it for the morning sets. As we get ready for the afternoon, some more NXL semi-pro action. Please stick around.
WNXL plays as well?
We have WNXL at the end of the day.
Right
So I believe we have 1 or 2 more sets for the NXL.
We watched them, man. It's come so far. It's so incredible. Those girls can play, so shout out to all those girls.
So again, here coming up, we have we just finished the 11:20 game going into the lunch break. We have Annapolis A team taking on Royal City Sea Dogs. Blast Camp taking Carolina Crisis. Blast Camp in a must-win situation. They're at 1 and 2 right now. The top seed, if they don't win in a big way, they potentially may be out of the tournament. Which
that could probably have some big implications.
It could ruin their chances to go pro next year. So after that, we have great WNXL action starting at 1:55 with Destiny versus Shield Maidens, Dallas 5 versus Sacramento Diamonds. Again, I'm Vince Cunningham from Let's Talk Paintball, joined here by Christ, the man, the myth, the legend.
Thank you. I know about all those things, but thank you so much. This has really been wonderful. And again, if I could just say one more thing to the people out there that are listening, please keep tuning in. Please tell the NXL how great the Semi-Pro webcast is, because it is great. These guys are out here, risking their equipment, spending their time, spending their money doing this, and it's invaluable to the players, but we want to show you guys out there what we do and how it's a little bit different from what you see on the Go Sports webcast, which is also great.
Absolutely. So thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. We will be right back after the lunch break. Look forward to seeing you then, and we'll talk to you soon.
You got it. Thank you.
Yeah.